Hello, everyone. Welcome to Self Love You. Today, I have some really good content for you guys, and I have some really good things to share, and I cannot wait to get into this wonderful topic. Today, we're going to be talking about boundaries and the true self blueprint. This is a phrase that I am coining, and it's called the true self blueprint. Okay, this is for all the people who are going with me with Self Love You on the healing journey. This is what we're going to call, this is the basis of everything. We're going to refer back to this a lot. And it's called the true self blueprint. And it has to do with boundaries, but I don't think boundaries is a good enough term to describe all of the things that someone who lacks self-love needs to be able to describe and understand. So I need some more analogies to be able to teach the information and the wisdom and the insight that I have into self-love, loving yourself, and learning to value yourself and learning your self-worth. So what I'm calling this is boundaries in terms of your true self blueprint. Now, what I want you to think about when it comes to the true self blueprint is it's kind of like a survey, okay? I'm a real estate agent. This is funny. Okay, I'm a real estate agent, and this is a home that I am selling, okay? And as you notice, this is a survey, and there's the boundaries of the home, and you've got the home structure here, and the yard here, and the easements here. So this is a survey. It's an official document. It is a survey. Here's another survey. I deal with these every day, where the property line is outlined. Okay? I want you to envision this whenever I talk about the true self blueprint. Okay, this true self blueprint, because basically what I'm trying to say is that you are your true self has its own tangible blueprint, though it's not literally tangible, but I want you to imagine that and know that this is an energetic place within, okay? This is your space. So the term boundaries is just too limited for me. I need a more intricate way to convey the separateness yet relatedness of the true self for the purpose of healing your self-love and self-worth. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through with this. So your true self has many attributes. Okay, your true self has your thoughts, your feelings, your goals, your desires, your skills, your talents, your abilities, your beliefs, your opinions, your past experiences, your current experiences, your present moment, your values, your empathy, your energy, your time, and your inner healing. Those are aspects of your servant. That's what this is. You have one of these that pertains to you. When you were born on planet Earth, the moment that you were born, you breathed. You came out of your mother's womb and you cried. Okay? The moment that you took a breath, suddenly you became a self. And you got your own blueprint. You got your own true self blueprint. Okay? As long as you have breath, you have your blueprint. You don't have to buy it. You can't get rid of it. It is yours. You can only give it away. You can only be fooled into thinking you don't have one. But at the end of the day, you do have a blueprint. It is yours, and it is up to you what you do with that blueprint of your true self. So your true self, I'm going to repeat it again, trying to explain what this means. Your true self is your thoughts. Okay, the reason that we're talking about this blueprint is that we're going to begin to talk deeply about boundaries, setting boundaries, protecting yourself, and also separating from others, detachment, and things that help to heal the codependent heart and help you to become a more mature individual and a more individuated. And so we're going to talk about, first we have to understand where we're starting, what the rights that you have as a person. You have rights. You have, whenever I sell a house, once you sell this house, once it's conveyed, it gets filed with the county, and whoever lives here has rights to this property, to the use of this property. They can do whatever they want as long as it's within the code, okay? So that's their property. You can't come and take the property unless you purchase it. You have to have an agreement. And so we're talking about the true self as if it were a piece of property. So I don't want you to envision yourself as someone or something that has been wrought by a tornado, has been wrecked by a tornado. I want you to begin to see yourself as a solid structure with a foundation, with edges, with just see yourself as more of a whole instead of just flying all around. And that's going to help me whenever I start to explain to you how to set boundaries with people who are in your life, who are violate, or how to be assertive, how to keep your boundaries from being violated, how to determine where to have a boundary, how to determine what boundary you should set. All of those things are going to link back into the concept of the true self blueprint. The word boundary is not enough. The word boundary is, we use it every single day, all the time when it comes to healing and being happy and feeling good and being whole and living your full life. But that's not a good enough word to describe what we need to know when we're healing. So we need to talk about the true self blueprint. So you are in charge of your space. You're in charge of everything within these borders. I want you to really understand that and get that in your spirit, that this is yours. You can let people come and squat on your property and not do anything about it. And you can let the grass grow. You can let weeds grow up. You can let your property be ransacked. You can let it be burglarized. You can let people come and go. You get to choose. You can expand your property. You can expand it. I don't know how to visualize that. This is all just, analogies to kind of describe yourself that we're talking about, because we're going to be needing this information definitely as we go through all this information I have to share with you guys. Okay? So, your true self is the blueprint of who you are. It is the core of who you are. It's who you were created to be. It's the experiences that you've had in your life. You were put on this planet for a reason and for a purpose. Let's hope that there's a reason and a purpose. Let's believe that. And you can kind of tell because you watch as your life unfolds, and as you begin to follow your bliss, you begin to experience greater joy, and you begin to experience success in certain areas. We all have talents. We all have abilities. We all have things that we know we're supposed to be doing, or an idealized self. And we all have the capacity to reach our potential, but we've got to take care of our own blueprint. We need to make sure we don't have squatters sitting on our land. We need to make sure our pasture is mowed. We need to make sure that there's no holes in our fences. We need to make sure that there's no coyotes, no wolves in the hen house. Nobody's taking our eggs. Nobody's taking our valuables. Nobody's, taking our stuff. We have to understand that we have boundaries, and as long as you have breath. Now, when you no longer have breath, your boundaries go away. Your property is going to just go right away. And all that's going to be left is, I guess the love that you gave to the world. But as long as you're breathing, you have property. It's yours. You own it, and you have to take care of it. And other people will try to take this from you if you allow them, because other people are greedy, and they want to take up all your land. They want to take you over. And there's predators out there, and you have to be careful, and you have to know how to set boundaries, and you have to understand, hey, wait a minute, this is my house. This is my field. This is my front yard. This is my backyard. This is my sprinkler system. This is mine. And I didn't say you could use it, okay? And I didn't give you permission. And I give myself permission to be all that I can be, to do all that I can do, and become all that I can become. And I'm going to begin, and we're going to begin, and we're going to really talk about this true self blueprint, the very blueprint, the very core of your being that is on this earth that has inherent worth. It has inherent worth. And you have to understand that, and you have to know that, and you have to experience that in order to have self-worth and to feel good, and in order to set boundaries with others. You need to know that as long as you have breath, you own a piece of property, which is you, and you have rights to set boundaries, to say who can come in and who needs to stay out, what can go on, what you will allow, what you won't allow, what you want, what you don't want, and everything needs to be in line with your own values, with your own desires, with your own drive. You have an internal drive towards your purpose, the purpose of why you're here, and everything needs to line up with those things that go in your property. Because if you have things that don't line up with you in your property, you're going to be thwarted and led astray, and you may never finish what you came on this earth to finish and do what you came on this earth to do. And if that happens, then you're going to have to, I don't know what happens. I don't have any answers for that. But all I know is that your true self is your thoughts, your feelings, your goals, your desires, your talents, your abilities, your dreams, your visions, your beliefs, your opinions, your experiences, your current experience, your present moment, your values, your empathy, your energy, your time, and your inner healing. And if you can think about what exists on your true self blueprint, think about tangible items like walls, boundaries, property borders, fences, gates, livestock. You may have some cattle on there, some steak on your property. You may have some crops. You may have some lavender fields. You may have some buildings. You may have a house. You may have a barn. You may have, a garage. You may have some ponds. You may have some wooded areas. You may have some pasture. You may have some wells, some water wells. You may have a septic tank for, all the poop. You may have streets. You may have roads. You may have pathways within your true self blueprint. Okay? These are all the things that you may have. And we're going to be talking about using this as an analogy, using real property as an analogy. We're going to talk about self-love, loving the self, and understanding what to let out, what to hold in, what to let out, who to keep in, who to allow in, who to keep out, what we want, what we need, and how to move forward in life and become everything that we were born on this planet to become. And that's what I have for you today, my friend. Thank you so much for listening. My coaching is going great. My schedule is getting full. I do still have a couple of slots available during the week. If you're interested, you can email me at selfloveyouonline@gmail.com. Until next time, this is Jenna Ryan. Talk to you soon.